Hello and welcome back. This video is about updating player stats when the Web Tree buttons are pressed. And a special thanks to all my supporters. Thank you for helping me help others. Alright, we're going to first start by adding some variables to the first person character. Now these will just be int variables. You could use gas attributes or any other style. They have health, shield, armor, and damage. And then back in our web tree, I'm going to add a vertical box over here to the left. In this, I'm just going to add a text control, call this health text, make sure that it is a variable, and then I'll duplicate it and rename these. I'm not going to worry about putting the words health, shield, armor, and damage in them, but you could easily set that up with other text fields or by replacing it in the graph. So the first thing we'll do in here is in update tree, get owning player pawn. We'll cast that to our first person character. I'm going to drag out our health text, armor, shield, damage. For all of these, we want to just call set text. I'm going to use a sequence so that I can put it all vertically instead of horizontally. And with the first person character, we'll get health. And then use this to get the others. Now update tree is being called every time a button is clicked, well, successfully, and on first showing. So inside of our button clicked here, we're also going to add a event dispatcher. We're going to call this tree updated. And then we're going to add some inputs. Just add two. It'll be an int and an int. Oops. This will be the button ID and the level. We're going to then drag that out. Click on call. Right in here, we're going to want to call that function. And we're sending along the ID and level. So that means back in our first person character, first thing I'm going to do here actually is just set the defaults for these. 100, 100, 10, and 20. So when we create our WBP web tree, I'm going to now promote this to a variable. We'll call this WBP web tree. And then here I want to type the tree updated. You can see these options. We want to bind an event to the tree updated. And for that, I'm going to drag this out, type create event. And here you can create a matching function or event. We want a function, which will auto-generate with this kind of name. We can then rename that to onTreeUpdated. And we're going to use the button ID here for our get data table row. This is for our tree button table. And again, our button ID will not directly convert to a name, but we can do toString, which will then go to name. So when the row is found, we're going to do a sequence so that on the second case, I guess I want to drag this in first. We want to call our web tree update tree. I'll refresh the text for the variables. We're going to break out our struct here so that we can switch on the stat or switch on the enum stat, which is an enum. And then here we have our 4 exec pins. We can just drag in, control drag. We're then just adding the value that's sent in and setting it back to the variable. So we'll just do the same thing for the other 3. All right, and with that, we can run it. You see our initial values up here. This is damage plus 10, went up by 10. We got our health plus 15, armor plus 5. And similarly over here, health goes up another 5, 5, and then shield plus 5. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video and would like to see more, you know what to do. And if you would like to support this channel, watch these videos 2 weeks early, or just want to download the project files, you can do so through my Patreon linked below.